So for an example of how to start talking about this in your local area, our local league here in Hopkinsville has been working on an effort that we're calling Unite Hopkinsville, to get the community talking about what's best for us as a community, so we can tell our legislators what we'd like to see before they make their decisions. I personally started paying attention to redistricting last year when I was driving through town and I would see different district campaign signs, and it didn't make a lot of logical sense to me about how I was crossing into different districts as I moved through town. And when I talked to my friends and neighbors, they didn't always know who their representative was. They didn't always know where the lines were and how the districts worked. And when I looked at the map, I started to understand why that was. So when you look at our map, our city is broken into 3 districts. So the middle of Christian County, the middle of Hopkinsville, is divided up into these districts that wind all the way to the other side of Land Between the Lakes, all the way around Madisonville and north of Madisonville, and it cuts through our city just left and right. Having voters 3 counties away share their district with our Hopkinsville neighbors, rather than our Hopkinsville neighbors sharing our districts with each other, doesn't make a lot of sense. We've got local neighborhoods, churches, and businesses where the folks involved share our school systems, our city infrastructure, our county services, and our local tax structure. But for representation in Frankfort, they share their representative with somebody 3 counties away. And you might think, well, I don't know, maybe it's supposed to be like that. But it's not. The Kentucky Constitution's terms about redistricting are designed to avoid splitting counties and to avoid combining more than 2 counties' voters wherever possible. And it's designed that way because we know that local control is better. Of the 12 most populated Kentucky cities whose population can fit into a district, Hopkinsville is currently the only one outside a metro area where the heart of the city is divided up into 3 and added to so many other counties. So our goal with the Unite Hopkinsville effort is to build support for putting more of our local voters together to have a greater share of more localized districts, where our Hopkinsville community can be prioritized. It's definitely not about criticizing any current or former public servants, because we've got a lot of great political leaders who are doing the best they can with the hand they've been dealt. But by talking about redistricting, we're saying, let's deal a better hand. Even more than that, it's saying, let's come together as a community and talk about what's the very best hand we could be dealt, and let's ask our legislators for that. Let's tell them what redistricting makes sense for us. By talking about it now before the new maps are drawn, we have a chance to tell them what we'd like to see, and they have a chance to listen. For now, I'm going to turn it over to Henriette again to tell you more about what we've been doing here in the local area to talk about redistricting for Hopkinsville. Thanks.
Our league has been doing a lot of things already before this day happened, and we're going to continue doing things. But some of the things we've done to create public awareness, we've hosted a meeting with our local legislators a few Saturdays ago, and we invited all 4 of our state legislators. 2 of them came, and we really appreciate Senator Whitney Westerfield and Representative Myron Dossett for spending their Saturday morning with us. We discussed several issues with them and asked them to help make sure that this is a fair redistricting process. One of them promised us that he would do that, so we'll see. We've had 2 letters to the editor published in our local newspaper, and we appreciate those members for writing those and the newspaper for sharing them with the public, telling people how important we think this process is. We have asked our 35 league members if they would send a letter to our legislators and in turn give that letter to 10 of their friends to send to our legislators. So it's possible that they have gotten 350 letters about this issue, which I would imagine is a pretty good number for them on one issue. So we appreciate all the help of our members with that. We're sharing our redistricting process with our local Rotary and Kiwanis clubs. Next week we're at Rotary, and then a month or so we're going to go to Kiwanis. This week we shared with the Cadiz Rotary Club, and they were very receptive to our speech, I thought. They realized that now is the time that they might be able to make a change in the way that their county is grouped with other counties, which I think they saw that might be something that would benefit them, so that they would have legislators more near them. We've been sending out messages on social media, and we have 2 Facebook pages. One, Sarah created a Unite Hopkinsville page, which you can go to and see some things that are happening there. And then our local League of Women Voters Hopkinsville page. So go there if you want to learn more about what we're doing. We appreciate a grant we received from the National League of Women Voters to help us pay for some publicity for this event and to help us produce our print media. We appreciate that. We are collecting signatures today, and if Deshauna hasn't gotten you yet, she's got a petition that we're trying to fill out, and if anybody would like to help us send that out to other people, we're going to mail that later this year to the state legislators that are going to be in charge of the redistricting process. There's a committee. Our local legislators aren't on it, but we would like for them to hear from Hopkinsville and Christian County the ways that we are trying to impact that